all flash is the same, right?
No, it's not.
Of course you're going to say that. You make it.
That's right. And especially the American-made flash. That's like the really good stuff.
So you know, we had a talk. You had what you called it your 4321 pitch.
That's it.
For Micron. What is that?
So there's only 4 makers of NAND flash on the planet. Micron's one of them. There's only 3 makers of DRAM on the planet. Micron is one of them. There's only 2 companies that do both DRAM and NAND. That would be Samsung and Micron. And there's only 1 company that does all of that in America, and that's Micron.
Now, when I first heard that, I was like, oh, it's a jingoistic approach, right? You know, oh yeah, we're made in America. But you had a different answer to that.
Well, yeah, no. So ask anybody at Anthem Health or at Sony or in the federal government, anybody who's been hacked recently, these big high-profile hacks.
Right.
Security is a really big problem, and we are the only company that makes NAND and DRAM and can prove a secure supply chain. In fact, one of our big fabs is 30 minutes from downtown Washington, D.C. in Manassas, Virginia. So we actually get a lot of agencies that come out and tour that, and they want to know that when we take sand from a beach and we spin it into this stuff called silicon, and then from there we make all manner of volatile and non-volatile memories, they want to know that they can track that all the way through.
Yeah, that, you know, it's, I spend my life thinking about backup, right? You know, Mr. Backup, that's my thing. Yeah. And I often, when I'm talking to people, I'm amazed at like, how can they build a server and not think about backup? Right. But I'm on the opposite end of that, where I'm like, I didn't even think about security when it came to buying my silicon.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and
but clearly this is a, you know.
A lot of the back doors are, you know, especially, I saw a full bird kernel on an airplane. He opens up a Samsung laptop.
Right.
Now we like Korea, they're a partner, but that's not America.
Right.
So yeah, we actually are involved in quite a few policy level things with the federal government. The Trade America Act, TAA certified nations, Mexico's one, South Korea is one of them. We want them to look not just at the server level or at the laptop level, but all the way down to the silicon to see where that's made. Because the fact of the matter is, a lot of evil foreign nations want to get in and they can get to our data with impunity.
You know what? I told you, I interviewed the security guy. I was depressed then. I was excited about Flash. Now I'm like, oh, is this going to be some other way to steal my data?
No, it's another thing. But yeah, I'll tell you,
I'm worried about my Mac. My Mac has a. You know, my Mac was not built in the U.S. At least I don't think so. Yeah. It's certainly not all the parts, even if it was built in the U.S. It was not. Yeah.
You're absolutely correct. So we do bang that drum fairly loudly, but we've got other stuff going on. I mean, we just announced in our joint venture with Intel the 3D crosspoint technology. Mm-hmm. It is 1,000 times faster than NAND, 1,000 times more resilient than NAND, and 10 times more dense. So, you know, I heard a statistic the other day. If you look at all storage on planet Earth, the TAM that is storage, only 5% of it has been penetrated by flash. It's a lot of spinning media out there. So we have a green story too, right? All the spinning media is melting polar ice caps. A very, very brown footprint. We can help solve that problem as well as companies go from spinning media to flash. They cut their power and cooling. They cut the size of their data center. They speed up transactions, and we're all about hastening that swap out because it's massive.
Well, and you know, you make more money if you hasten the swap out.
And we make more money faster. That's right.
You can make more money by selling flash, and you can make more money by buying flash.
That's right.
Flash will solve the world.
We think it's going to help cure cancer one day.
You know, you know, I told somebody the story. I remember the first time I saw one of the first flash people that had packaged flash as disk, selling it at a trade show, and I was like, man, that's fascinating. And like, how much is that? And he's like, it's a gigabyte and it's like $2 million, right? And I was like, no one's ever going to buy that. The only thing that proved is that I'm really bad at predicting the future.
Well, and you know, and if you look at the confluence of so many things that have happened, storage industry in general has been very, very boring for a long time. But kind of while we're all busy doing other stuff, NAND flash prices have been dropping precipitously for the last 10 years. Then you have the proliferation of hypervisors and virtualization in general, forcing the need for the data to get closer to the CPU. So what I think is the most interesting change that's happened in the last 5 or 6 years, and it's not just the change itself, but the pace at which it's changing, is the number of people that are no longer buying frame-based arrays. Why would they? They need the data closer to the CPU anyway. NAND flash is now affordable for most workloads. So what I see now being at Micron, I grew up selling frame-based arrays. That's what I've done for as an enterprise storage salesman for 20 plus years. What I see now is the crazy number of server companies, the Supermicros of the world, that are selling and solving workloads with server attached storage. No more frame-based arrays. I think there's a number of big companies whose names we know that are going to really struggle with that because the pace of that swap out is significant. If you're a storage company that all you have is frame-based arrays and you don't have servers, I'm not predicting their demise. Just like tape never went away, hard disk isn't going to go away completely, but the need to get that data closer to the CPU and cut those latencies is just as big a deal as the IOPS.